Hello and welcome. I am so happy that you could be here, or if you're catching the recording, welcome. So I am just going to start my presentation. This can take a few moments, so bear with me here. Present now, there we go. So, welcome. This is a masterclass all about supporting your child's well-being with yoga and mindfulness. So let me just hide that one. There we go. So in this class, we will be discussing key components of children's well-being, including ways to promote quality time and improve well-being through family yoga and mindfulness. Practices that you can use with your family as well. We are going to look at plenty of them. And also, I'll be sharing something in a moment. But first, about me. So my name is Natasha Bryant, and I run Amazingly Yoga. I help families to create fun and playful routines to look after their well-being. So I think it's so important to share these beautiful, engaging, fun practices and get children interested in looking after their well-being from such an early age. I have 2 of my own children, plus 2 cats and a turtle. I have an interest in photography and baking. I love to read. I have so many unfinished books, but if a book grabs my attention, then I finish it soon enough. I love practicing yoga myself, and I am delighted to share it with my children and also help other families to practice too. So be sure to watch until the end to hear about the special bonus. So talking about the benefits of children's yoga and mindfulness and how we can use this to support our well-being, one thing to think about is physical health. Now, yoga is not just about physical health, and that is something that I shared in my blog today. I shared about the 8 limbs of yoga, so how all these other aspects come into a yoga practice beyond just the poses. But for this part, we are talking about the physical side, and encouraging physical activity is essential for children's well-being. So in the summer, it can go either way. So we can have either our energy levels or our physical levels are, a lot more. We're doing much more, running around outside and doing all these fun things outside, or it can go the other way, where actually there's no, walking to school, there's no after school clubs, parents are working from home and there's already so much to do, and maybe there's a lot more screen time. And there is no judgment here at all. So one thing that's not a physical thing that we practice in yoga is non-judgment. And I think this is so important because parents get enough judgment as it is, okay? So whatever you do in your parenting, someone's going to have a problem with it, it seems. So there's so much of that. So I'm not here to judge anyone for using screen time or not getting enough physical activity. We don't need that. What we need is support. And what I'm here to do is to support you in helping your family to get more physical activity in a fun and playful way. So it can be fun. It doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be something you dread. It can be something that you include in your routine, and it can help with their flexibility, their strength, and their balance. So adding in the physical practice of yoga can be really simple. It can be practicing a few sun salutations, moving mindfully with the breath, practicing balancing poses, having fun with partner poses, or even just playing fun yoga-themed songs to get moving to. I love using songs in my classes and at home. And I do have some Spotify playlists I'd be happy to share with you if you're interested. But the main ones I use is Kira Wiley and Karma Kids Yoga, the Laurie Berkner Band. And yeah, and with the older children, I have put a playlist together of songs that they like, some appropriate songs that they like. And when I say appropriate, I just mean like no swearing. I don't mean like, oh, it's all yoga or calm and zen. Like, no, it doesn't have to be. It can be any kind of music that they like. The music I practice to sometimes, if I do practice to music, usually I don't. But if I do practice with the music, then yeah, it would be like more kind of rock and punk and emo kind of music, really, basically. So like whatever feels good, right? So the movement can be high energy, it can be low energy, or even a restorative approach. So when we talk about this, it doesn't all have to be go, go, go for our physical activity. It doesn't have to be all like cardio. Physical activity can be slow. It can be mindful. It can be restorative, where you're just laying in different poses, basically. No, but just having some support with blankets and cushions and bolsters. And I'm going to be teaching another workshop, which is on my website, all about teaching children restorative yoga. Because it can be such a beautiful, beautiful thing to practice. And it's so needed because it can really help to calm the nervous system. So with our nervous system, we can upregulate or we can downregulate. And you know what? There's a place for them both, right? So if we can mix all three of these ways, the high energy, the low energy, and the restorative, like, wow, brilliant. So talking about mental health. So one reason a lot of adults, a lot of parents come to me for practicing yoga with their families is for the mental health benefits, because this is getting a lot more known now as well. We're discovering, science is discovering what the ancient yogis knew all those years ago, and that is that yoga is good for us. I have a child calling me now. Yes, I'm just in doing my class at the moment. Are you okay? Trying to get through the door now. Yes. Hello. Together. Uh-huh. I am. I am on a meeting. Yes, okay. Okay, so talking about first positive self-talk. So this is a really good thing to practice with your children. So this can be through affirmations. This can be through just the way we talk about ourselves, about other people, and to each other. And with summer, I think this is a big one, because there is so much rubbish out there, right? There's so much rubbish, and it can be very easy to get swept into. So thinking about all those weight loss stuff that comes up, and get your bikini body for summer and all that rubbish, right? And it's just instant block for me. There is a thing on social media you can do that hides most of those ads that come up. You can just say you don't want to hear about them, but some do sneak through. And if we start talking like that in front of our kids, then they're going to pick up on it. And yeah, we don't want that, right? We don't want that for our kids, and we don't want it for ourselves either. So just be really mindful about how you're talking about yourself, what you're taking in as well, but also setting firm boundaries with loved ones. I've had to tell loved ones, like, no, you can't talk about your body that way in front of the kids. Like, just no. If you want to talk about your own body in that way, fine, but just not in front of my kids. And it might sound harsh, but it's just, there's no need for that such harsh talk about our own bodies, and kids do pick up on it. They really do. So trying to practice positive self-talk about yourself, about who you're talking about as well. They will notice. I can remember being a teenager and I was in Pizza Hut, and I don't know now, maybe 19 or something. But these teenagers, because went with a big family, and they were 13, I'd say, and they were saying, oh, well, we'll go and we'll do swimming after this and we'll burn off all the pizza. And I was like, 13, and they're talking about burning off pizza, having to exercise because they ate. And that was just really sad, that they felt like they needed to exercise because they ate. And this is why the physical health, I want to keep that fun. I want to keep it playful. I want to be like, you do this because it feels good, not because you ate some food. All right. So yeah, just be really mindful of what's being said to them as well by others and by the media and all of that. So next, talking about gratitude. Gratitude is a brilliant way to support your child's mental health, and there is so much. If you do a Google search, right, about the benefits of gratitude, so much will come up. We practice gratitude a lot, but we do it in different ways, so it doesn't I don't know, it doesn't get like forgotten about. Or so we've done it so that we say 3 things in the morning. We've said it when we say things at dinner. We've said it before going to bed. We've had gratitude jars. We've had gratitude journals. Right now, what we have is an A3 poster, or just an A3 piece of paper, basically, on the wall. And then written on the top, I've got things that went well. We will write 3 things that we are grateful for. So this could be things that have happened that week, things that we have done that week, things we are proud of for ourselves. It can be anything, just really tapping in to that grateful feeling of what are we actually grateful for. And as I say, the longer this is practiced, the better, because then you're just always searching for the things that went well. So practicing mindfulness as well. This is a wonderful, wonderful practice to teach our children to be more mindful. And I mean, that can mean so much, right? It can be used when they're feeling really stressed, when they're really angry, when they're really overwhelmed, when they just need to ground themselves and come back to the moment and breathe. Okay, next one is breathing practices, but some breathing practices are mindful practices. So there is a crossover there, because we can definitely practice our breathing in a mindful way, right? And that's what breathing practices are. Other ways to be mindful is just to stop the multitasking and just be with one thing. All right. So that can really help with being present and to let go of the busyness, right? Because you're being mindful about something. And then, yeah, grounding practices, being present as well. So in yoga, we have lots of that, focusing on the root chakra, that really grounding energy, that moving with the breath. It's where it all ties together, right? It all ties together. You can practice all of these kind of at the same time without the multitasking, but just in a mindful way, right? So summer or change of routines can be stressful. Sometimes the kids are just being kids, and all of a sudden we are feeling angry or irritable or just pure overwhelmed. So having your own mindfulness practices can be so important. This is so important, right? Because if we want our children to be more mindful, then we need to be mindful too. We need to show them what is possible. We need to show them the practices, not just tell them about it, right? We need to practice this with them. So it is a learning journey for ourselves as well. And this is a really, really good way to learn something, and that's practicing it together. And I don't know if you've ever had it. I've had this where I've had the kettle boiling, the washing machine's on, maybe I got music on in the background, and then the kids start arguing, and just, a normal, nothing too serious, just a little bickering. And I just lose it. I just get so overwhelmed. That sensory overload is just like, whoa, I cannot deal with this right now. There is too much noise. There's too much everything, and I need everyone to leave, everyone to get out, so I can just take a breath. And there's nothing wrong with being in tune with yourself, that actually you need to go and take a moment, that this is overwhelming, this is too much, and you need to go and take a breath. As long as the kids are safe, you can go to another room or have them go to another room so that you can take a breath. And if you can take a breath with them there, you can take a breath with them, then brilliant. But just really look after yourself as well. And then after, if they did have to leave the room or you had to leave the room, you can explain to them what you did. I was feeling really overwhelmed. I felt it in my body. I felt my heart rate was quickening. I felt like this, and then what helped me is I took a few breaths. Seeing that you needed to do that and seeing what the problem was and how you solved it, like, that can be inspiring. So thinking about social health, encouraging social interactions and building healthy relationships, this can be achieved through activities such as partner yoga, games, or group meditation. So this can be you and your child, this can be you and your multiple children or other members of your family or whoever you care for. And it can also be, you could have a big yoga party or a yoga picnic, invite friends and family, maybe a barbecue, whatever it is, where you do these family yoga practices together. You can use the ones I'm going to give to you at the end of this, and then have a nice picnic after, just focusing on that social health element, right? So that sense of community, that quality time together, that union, right? And this is, sorry, I don't know if you can hear the dog barking next door. Probably picking that up. Okay, so this is a really wonderful way to spend some time together, because even though over the summer we might be with our kids a lot, are we actually with them? Are we actually present? Are we spending that quality time with them, or are we still rushing through trying to get everything done because there's so many responsibilities? Got to think about, are we able to be there, to be present, to be focused, to have that quality time and just enjoy being with them? And this is why I think the family yoga can be really good for that, because there's no other to-do list. There's nothing else to do in that moment. This is your dedicated time to spend time together. So practicing together. So I have now a few mindful exercises that we are going to do right here together. So I'm going to turn off this screen for a moment. Okay, so a few mindful practices I want to practice with you here today, because then you can show these to your children. First is one of my favorites, tracing hand breath. And if you saw that I was doing a collaboration with Twinkle, they have all these amazing printouts that you can get for free as well for the tracing hand breath. But all you need really is your hand and your finger. And then, so do this with me. Tracing up to breathe in and down to breathe out. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. Breathing in and breathing out. And you can shake it out. If you're practicing with your child, you can do the other hand as well. You could even do each other's hands, or what my little one likes to do is I start this side, he starts this side, we meet in the middle and then go a crash there in the middle. Another one is just to sit up tall, relax your shoulders. You can bring your hands to your lap, to your heart, wherever feels comfortable for you. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or just take a soft gaze ahead. Now just breathe in through the nose, breathing in lots of calm. And as you breathe out, just imagine letting go of everything that hasn't served you today, everything you want to let go of. You just feel leaving your body now. Breathing in, calm. And breathing out any stress, any worry. And again, breathe in that calm. And breathe out, letting everything else go. Wonderful. Another one you can practice is our birthday candle breath. So imagining you've got some birthday candles here, and then you're taking a breath in and then blowing out one candle at a time. Breathing in. Until they're all gone. And you can even do this for however old your child is, with their hands as the candles. Okay, back onto the screen. So it can just be little moments like that you add into your day, into the summer, and that can be such a beautiful, beautiful way to start practicing together. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can be these few minutes here and there. And just present this again. So the tracing hand breath, for instance, we love to practice that one at bedtime. And that's just part of our routine, just a few minutes tracing the hand, and just taking those few breaths can really help him to sleep better. It almost has me falling asleep in the bed next to him. So practicing family yoga and mindfulness regularly and making it a part of your family's routine can be so powerful. So that's where I come to the special bonus I want to share with you today. So I have a pack here. You'll be able to see it on there, but family yoga game night. This is your free pack. This is something I have been working on for a while now, and I'm so excited about it because this pack is the first one I have created, and I have created many more that are going into a family yoga game night membership. This is going to just make it so you always have these ideas, you always have this accountability, these practices to come to. But even if you don't sign on to the membership, you have the first pack for free, so you have at least a month of practices here, and you can repeat them for as long as you want, right? Just like we do the tracing hand breath every night before practices, they're in, just use them, okay? And then also, you know, I'm always sharing other things on my blog as well, and an email list. So this is going to give you tips and guidance for starting your own regular practice. So what I love about this pack is that it really focuses on that game night. So just that once a week. So we're not talking about adding in the 5 minutes every day here. We're talking about once a week. And this could be 15 to 30 minutes, whatever you can plan. You plan it each and every week, the same day, same time. And it also asks in the guide, like, why is this important to you? What would stop this? And what will you do if something comes up? Because things do come up, right? Things do come up, and maybe you won't be able to practice on that day at that time for whatever reason. And the thing is, you write down what this reason could be, and then you make a plan before that even happens, because we know things come up. We know this. So we can make a plan so that we can really stay consistent. And with the membership as well, there will be a group, and there'll be a lot of encouragement, keeping each other accountable, and a lot of extra bonuses in there as well. So as I say, this pack is full of games and activities that you can practice together. So this isn't just practices for your kids, this is practices for your kids and their adults. So this is to do together in a group. So if you are a children's yoga teacher, these are great to bring into your classes as well. So just so valuable there to be together, that quality time, that connection, talking about that social health. So in this pack, we have games such as Follow the Leader, which is exactly what it sounds like. You take turns with your child in being the leader. The leader can move around the room, practice yoga poses. The yoga cards are really helpful for this. Do a silly dance, anything fun like that. And the other person or people will follow their lead. Now, the reason this is so fun is, yes, you can practice the yoga poses. You can teach your children new yoga poses this way. But also when they swap, the children get to be the leader. There's this shift, right? Because suddenly they are the ones in control. They have the power. They are the leader, and you have to copy them. And this can be so empowering. This can be so good to have the space to do this. So I would highly recommend that. And there's so many different ways to play with these dynamics as well. But that one is a good one. So the membership for Family Yoga Game Night is going to be opening on July 2nd. I can't wait. I mean, I say that I can wait a little bit because I still have some finishing touches that I need to make. So I'm okay with waiting, but at the same time, I can't wait. I am so excited to share this with you. I think it's going to be just life-changing. It's going to be so helpful. I know that it has helped my family, because you'd think I'd be able to practice with my kids all the time, that I have all these ideas, but to be honest, no, it was going amiss. Just like my own practice gets neglected sometimes, we just weren't practicing. And so having this plan written out for me, even though it was by me, having this plan written out just was a game changer. It really helped us to get that focus, get that motivation. We have this little chart in there, and the kids draw a little smiley face or a little face in there whenever we practice together, and it's just these little things that just keep us inspired and keep us going. Having that solid plan of, hey, this is what we're doing today, it just makes so much difference. So, questions. Do you have any questions at all? I will check the I'll check the chat now. I'll come back to that in a moment. Otherwise, feel free to unmute yourself. If you're watching the recording, you can email me at natasha@amazingmeyoga.ie. But what to do now? So try out your free pack. Let me know what you think. So the feedback is really appreciated here. You are the first ones to get this pack. I have not released this pack yet. This is going to you before anyone else. So I will be offering this pack up as a freebie on my website. And then, there are other packs for the membership. So this is just the one I am offering for free. But it is jam-packed with stuff, right? So I think you're really going to enjoy it, and I would just love to get your thoughts on it. Okay, this has been a real passion project, so I would love to hear. So let me stop that. Stop presenting. Okay, so I hope you have learned some ways that yoga and mindfulness can help you to care for your child's well-being over the summer break or whenever it is for you, and beyond, right? So we have all these different practices, the games mentioned, the breathing practices mentioned, and also your free pack, which is coming to you, which is just full of poses, yoga games. There's some affirmations in there as well, just full of all this good stuff. So let me know what you think of that, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.